And memories of Maine Road. Well, I didn't actually go to Maine Road to watch a competitive football match. But what a magical stadium Maine Road was. Even though I didn't go, obviously, 9 when we moved to the Etihad, or the City of Manchester Stadium. I do remember Maine Road. I remember that magical 02-03 season at Maine Road, our farewell season, our first season back in the Premiership as it was then under Kevin Keegan, when he assembled that absolutely wonderful side with players like Berkovic, Benabia, Tiato, Anelka, Gota, Nicholas Jensen, Darren Huckabee, Sean Wright-Phillips, Richard Dunn, just to name a few. And what a magical team that was. And some of the football we played that season, you could have mistaken for top 4 football. I mean, we blessed that Maine Road pitch that season and lit it up with some outstanding football. Players like Mark Vivian Foy as well, which I'll mention in a short while for another reason too. Lighting up the Maine Road pitch that season. And what a magical stadium it was. The derby at Maine Road, that last derby at Maine Road, beating United 3-1. Sean Gota with 2 and Elka with 1. Gota nicking it off Neville. Then he chipped Barthez at the end from that Al Berkovic pass. That wonderful bottom of the foot assist from Al Berkovic. Nicholas Anelka scoring the rebound at the start of the game. Just an unbelievable match, and to rip United apart on our own patch at Maine Road in our farewell season is something that I'm really proud of, because had we not have done and they'd have got the win at Maine Road in our final season, we'd have never ever heard the end of it. Now obviously I've got a shirt here. It was the away shirt from the 02-03 season, our final season at Maine Road. Obviously before we changed the badge back to this one, we had Superbio in Pro Elio underneath our eagle, and obviously the MCFC. And on this shirt, uniquely, we had Maine Road 1923 to 2003, which is something that connects this shirt a lot more than any other, really. And it just kind of, it just reminds me of a magical season, and just really makes me feel warm when I hold it, or when I've got it near me. It's just a really magical shirt with a lot of memories. And obviously the Coq Sportif, which is a bit of a famous sponsor for us, obviously being sponsored twice in the same decade, going back to them in 07, and First Advice being our sponsor there. I just really like the look of the shirt. And I actually met Sean Gota at the radio when Ian invited me down last year, and Sean actually signed my shirt for me and put to Harlan Feed the Goat, Sean Gota on this shirt. And it's a shirt that I saw him play a lot in that season, and it just makes this shirt even more magical now that Sean signed it, and it's something that I'll keep forever and probably never even hand down, really. So yeah, the other time I went to Maine Road, other than the time I went with Ian, like I said, wasn't to watch a football match. It was to actually go down for a bit of a sad reason, really, and it was to pay respects to a man I mentioned earlier, Mark Vivian Foy, Cameroonian international, a player that I'd watched play for us all season, scoring some really wonderful goals, assisting some wonderful goals too. Remember him scoring one with his right foot where he dribbled round a load of men and then finally slotted it or toe poked it past the keeper. And what an amazing player he was, and really blessed the Maine Road pitch. Bit of a metronome in there with Berkovic and Benabia, Foy in there too, Danny Tiato in there. The midfield was quite dynamic and really wonderful at times, and really ripped teams apart, and Foy was a big part of that. And obviously he was playing for Cameroon out in France at the Stade de Gerland for his international side Cameroon against Colombia, and in like the second half in the 60th around the 60th minute, Mark Vivian Foy collapsed and died from a cardio illness shortly after, and it was really upsetting for me. I mean, I remember waking up the morning after it had happened, and it was all over the news, and my dad rang my mum and said, "Don't let Harlan see the news." And I saw it before summer club when I was, obviously we split up for the summer and that from school, and I remember seeing it and I was absolutely devastated. What a magical player. So in dedication to Mark, I went and got my new shirt for the new season, our first season at the City of Manchester Stadium, this one, and I had his number and his name printed on the back of it. And obviously shortly after we retired the number, so nobody ever at City now will ever wear the number 23 again, which I think is a fitting tribute to such a magical player. And I went down and I put flowers down on car parking spot number 23 with my Uncle Peter, who's a United fan, believe it or not, and he was kind enough to take me down as a
as a 9-year-old boy and put some flowers down for Mark. And it's something that I'm glad I did, and something that feels special. I got to see the stadium and went to the main entrance and looked at all the flowers and stuff, and just to see it was magical. The other memory I've got of Maine Road is of my favourite film, Jimmy Grimble, where Jimmy finally gets to play at the end. Him, Gordon, Psycho, Sweeper, the Cat, all of them. They're all playing on Maine Road, for Greenock High School in the film, and you see the floodlights come on at night after half time, and he's going up the steps with his family, and he's got Robbie Brewer there handing programmes out, and all them memories that I never got to see, and I can imagine that happening every match day. Obviously not Robbie Brewer and Jimmy Grimble playing on the pitch, but all them things in Maine Road. Hearing the Kippax being mentioned a lot about how loud it was, and that was before it was obviously redeveloped, and then it was redeveloped and it was loud, and missing them moments is something that upsets me, but I still feel connected to Maine Road in some way from my memories of watching us play at Maine Road during that final season there, and looking back at footage from seasons gone by, and just knowing how much of a dedicated City fan I am and how much I love the club. I feel like it's my duty to make sure that I really find out about Maine Road and remember the best times at Maine Road. But yeah, Jimmy Grimble, something that cements the memories of Maine Road, and something that I'm glad you guys got to see, and what a magical stadium, and one that we'll never forget. I remember my granddad telling me, about going to Maine Road, not just to watch City, but to watch Oldham play in cup replays against teams like United and stuff, when Oldham were a really top side. And he's told me about how the roof had lifted off, and obviously I know that we were breaking records in terms of attendance figures down in Nationwide Division 2, and just it's unbelievable just to see that we were setting the standard, and just to know that people give us rubbish all the time about how we're not a big club and we've got no fans. We know we have the fans, because the fans were filling Maine Road every week in, week out. They were taking fans away. We were filling Maine Road every week in the lower divisions. We set the standard. Listen, the Etihad's amazing, isn't it? But Maine Road, magical.